Thank you very much to Trust Dice for sponsoring this video. I do not actively seek out information about this man, but nevertheless, clips are popping up of KSI on this thing, on my social media quite a lot recently. And I think it has something to do with our phones allegedly spying on us. They spy on our conversations. According to my mother at least, my middle-aged mother. I agree with her, but I think it's more to do with advertising. Shelley thinks it's Keir Starmer plotting against her. She thinks it's the government planning to take her down. I'm not sure what big Return of the Sausages Keir Starmer is going to do with Shelley's conversations, just her on the blower to her pals, talking about her HRT. Regardless, our phones are paying attention to what we're saying. And that's why I'm seeing clips of KSI whenever I open this. And it's not because I've been talking about KSI. I'm not 14 with autism. No. I think it's actually because I was speaking out loud the other day about potentially donating some money to UNICEF so that a couple of Ferrero Rochers in Sierra Leone could have some mosquito nets for Christmas. Because I'm a nice man like that. And obviously my phones took that and thought, well, Brad wants to give some impoverished chocolate children some mosquito nets. He obviously wants to watch a chocolate man. Well, I bloody well do not. And after seeing the state of him, I can confidently assure you all that in the present day, in the calendar year of 2024, KSI is a cringe bag. That sentence might not mean too much coming from me, because I'm aware that first off, a lot of you probably see me as a professional hater. Some of you take it a step further and envision little old me, innocent Brad does banter, as a figurehead for the EDL. Probably because I banged on my chest once and made a few monkey noises. It was 5 years ago, get over it. But I get it. I do understand you. I mean, I put someone's name in the title, I laugh at them for your entertainment, and then I waddle off to the chippy for a rag pudding. So it's easy in your position as the viewer to conclude that Mr. Bradley Banter is just a hateful individual. Yet that could not be further from the truth. 10 years ago, there was nothing that I enjoyed watching more than a KSI Q&A Sunday. Brilliant content. He was proper, he was well on it, KSI. But 10 years ago, KSI was not the man he is today. KSI back then was not convinced that he is the protagonist in a Japanese cartoon who can shoot fucking fireballs from his charcoal palms.
October 14th. This will be the day that you'll hate for the rest of your life. When I beat you, with every year that you breathe.
With every year that you breathe. You know, when you breathe in years, just inhale in time. Because KSI reckons he's about to have a boxing fight with a legendary Pokemon. KSI, I know it's a difficult language to learn, English, but it's been a while since you've been in Nigeria now, pal. Yeah, you'd think you'd get the hang of it. We breathe air, Olatunji. Not clocks. No. Air. Air. Yeah? Good lad.
With every year that you breathe, that day will be a constant reminder that you lost to a YouTuber. You can train all you want. It won't matter.
It won't matter. Why does he sound like he's fucking ejaculating when he says that? It won't matter. What? This was him talking to Tommy Fury, by the way, who he then went on to have a boxing fight with. And KSI lost. Imagine talking down to another man with a cinematic series finale type speech, as if you just teleported from the Dragon Ball Z universe, and then you get fucking chinned off him.
Soon you will face reality and it will hurt you. You will be a disgrace to the Fury name. And your boxing career will be destroyed when I'm done with you.
I'm half expecting him to throw a red and white ball and a hamster with meningitis pops out and shoots a bolt of electricity. KSI Olajide Amazon Prime TV genuinely reckons that he was born in Pallet Town in the Kanto region. And that, ladies and gents, is what happens when you go to a private school surrounded by fairies with the most testosterone in a square mile coming from Simon Minter. Minnie Minter, by the way, the only man in the UK who could give a bird her dream multi-millionaire lifestyle, and then she still comes on a live stream every week and cries.
You don't want this. as much as I do. You don't need this as much as I do.
Funnily enough, that's the same sentence that came out of KSI's dad's mouth in 1995 when he was on a paddle boat in the English Channel, trying to illegally enter the UK. Knowledge, strength and coconuts was at one point a cracking entertainer, but he fell into the pits of cringe and he's never been able to get back out. We'll watch more of him being a complete and utter watermelon in a minute, but first, to make sure that I don't fall into the pits of universal credit, let me tell you about today's sponsor. Trust Dice, first of all, is my personal favourite sponsor, and they have not told me to say that. On Trust Dice, the thrill of online gaming meets cutting-edge technology. And if you're looking for top-notch entertainment, you've come to the right place. With Trust Dice, you have access to a vast selection of games. Whether you're a fan of fast-paced dice games, maybe you love the spin of the slots, or you might prefer the classic feel of live tables, they've got something for everyone. My personal favourite feature is a dice game where you are completely in control of the odds. You decide your own chance of winning. Of course, the bigger chance you give yourself, the less potential payout. But if you're feeling bold, you could give yourself a smaller chance and potentially win massive. Play with Bitcoin, Ethereum, Tether, or even traditional currencies. Trust Dice makes it easy and safe, offering lightning fast transactions, top-notch security, and fair play that you can trust. Don't miss out on their generous bonuses, daily challenges and loyalty rewards. Every play, every roll, every spin brings you closer to winning big. If you reckon you're ready to dive into the action, then join Trust Dice today for a world of gaming excitement. But please remember, always play responsibly.
I'm called the nightmare for a reason because I will drown you. I will make you suffer, okay?
You're having a boxing fight, you weird voodoo looking man. What do you mean you'll drown him? Where's the water, JJ? It's an arena, mate. You're not in the homeland anymore. You're not fighting in a swamp. There's a boxing ring, chairs and that. Fire escapes, yeah? I love how he says he's called the nightmare for a reason. As if other people have came up with this. The reason you are called the nightmare is because you called yourself the nightmare, you schizophrenic man. I'm called the nightmare for a reason. The reason is because I wrote it down.
I will be in your head over and over and over again. Even after the fight, I will be in your fucking dreams. And I will be scaring the shit out of you. You'll wake up like, oh my God.
Bloody hell. Pick your poison, KSI. You fucking Goku or Freddy Krueger. What are you? I truly feel like this bloke bases his entire personality for the day off of what he was watching on telly the night before. Usually it's anime, but obviously this time it was Nightmare on Elm Street.
I got you. I got your soul. Your soul, mine.
I think the funniest part about that sentence is that this man's mother is a deeply religious Nigerian woman. When you go home for Christmas and Yink has seen you online talking about eating people's souls, you're gonna get yourself leathered with a wooden spoon. Jeje, ola tonje, ola jide, ola jide, ola jide, ola jide. Yeah. It's me, Yinka with a fucking normal British accent. It's me, your Nigerian mum. How are you, pal? How's it going, son? How are things? Got off script a bit here.
I literally train, twice a day, every day, and I have to shower twice. Also, I just feel like surely once a week is more than enough.
No.
No. All you need to do, deodorant to cover the smell or aftershave. No, honestly,
No.
I bet you I don't need to shower for 1 week and you won't even be able to tell.
Okay, we'll test it.
You dirty man, what do you mean? You want to shower once a week because you find it boring. 31 years of age, by the way. Do you know what's worse than being boring, KSI? Smelling like a Piccadilly Gardens tramp's gooch because you refuse to wash.
You wouldn't go to those ends. I just know it.
Why not?
Well, because it'd be long for you.
Okay, I'm just there paying respect to the men then.
Oh, God, I hate you so much. Bro, you'd get checked so quickly.
But what? For what?
You went to a school that was costing your parents £5,000 a term. Your education was paid for. You are a closer relative to a Hogwarts resident. You have more in common with Harry Potter than you do a roadman. Don't speak like this, KSI. Don't talk like that. I think, from a personal point of view, how cringe you are is dependent on your level of self-awareness. For me, I feel as if my behaviour gets less and less cringe over the years the more I age. As the years go by, I realise more and more that I'm nothing special. I become humble, in a sense, which is, I think, how most people's brains operate. You're more cringy when you were younger, and then you become more self-aware, and the cringe... KSI is like the only example where the opposite is true. It's almost as if every year his level of personal delusion grows. It doesn't shrink, it gets bigger. And he just becomes more and more weird. KSI, when he was younger, seemed more like a normal person than he does now, and that's probably because he was less up his own arse. I understand that he's a very rich and very famous man, and I commend him for his success, actually. It's just a shame that he also reckons he's off on a Pokemon journey, does KSI. Whilst in the meantime speaking about his boxing opponents in a dramatic voice, only to then lose to them. Thank you for watching, and a special thanks to my sponsor Trust Dice for making this video possible. Bye bye.